Hello everyone, and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and it's Saturday, so you know what that means. It's time for my weekly news roundup for week 11. Couple juicy stories came out this week. Let's not waste any time and jump right into this. Our first story takes us to the world of Torchlight 3, or I guess I should say the developer of Torchlight 3, Etra Games. Check this out. Torchlight 3 developer bought by Zynga will collaborate with CSR Racing Dev on new project. In a statement on the purchase reported by GamesIndustry.biz, Zynga boss Frank Gibeau said Etra would help grow Zynga's many mobile franchises to PC and console audiences. They purchased Etra to bring their mobile games to the PC market and console. I mean, I guess that's good. We want less mobile games and more stuff on PC. Etra Games was founded in 2016 by Matt Schaefer, a co-founder and the original Torchlight 1 and 2 developer, Runic Games, and veteran of the Diablo series. Torchlight 3, the studio's only game so far, arrived in October of last year. It was a little messy upon arrival, but generally well received. Well, I don't know if that statement is true. Listen to this. This is the official statement. Max and his team at Etra Games are responsible for some of the most legendary game properties ever created, and they are experts in the action RPG genre and cross-platform development, Gibeau said. This acquisition will be instrumental in growing our iconic licenses and brands from mobile to PC and console, while helping to further expand Zynga's total addressable market. There is no mention of what this means for the future of Torchlight 3. Moving over to my current favorite ARPG, Last Epoch. Now, the developers over at 11th Hour Games continue to tease us about their next update, 0.8.2. Now, what are these teases all about? New boss encounters. Check this out. The goal of the update is to add more variety to endgame and raise the standard of these boss encounters. The team also shared that some of these bosses will include new designs. However, they aren't ready to show these new designs quite yet. However, the post does take a look at the design inspiration of the creatures added previously. Now, what that means is the Abomination is a new skill that has come to the Acolyte tree, or the Acolyte's arsenal of skills, and it is one of the most detailed assets that they have put into the game. So if they're creating more bosses, harder bosses, bigger bosses, based upon the same art design or the same level of detail as the Abomination, it is going to look really, really good. This week, Grinding Gears Games pissed off a lot of its community based upon an announcement to nerf the Harvest League. Listen to this. Path of Exile's players are getting too good at farming. That's the issue at the heart of PoE's latest design manifesto, in which Grinding Gears Games' Chris Wolcen said he was concerned by how deterministic some harvest crafts are and how easy players can craft near-perfect items. The 3.14.0 patch coming in April will address that, and Wolcen explained exactly how that would work. So, skip this part. As a result, 3.14.0 will make 5 core changes to the harvest mechanic, and Wolcen does not mince words. The first 3 are direct nerfs to the Harvest League. 3 nerfs coming to Harvest, and the second 2 are improvements. Now, I will tell you that the reaction from the ARPG community, obviously Path of Exile has a higher concurrent player base than pretty much every ARPG combined at this point, okay? Congratulations on ruining one of the very few things that you have done in the last several years to have a near unanimous positive reception. That was one of the comments left. One of many. And when I talk about many, I mean, obviously there's people that like it, but there is an overwhelming majority that literally hate this decision. There are, listen to this, you ready? 400 pages of comments. 400. When was this article? This article was yesterday. There's probably 500 pages at this time. So, yes, there is some peppered in people that are happy about it, but the overwhelming majority do not like it. People loved the Harvest League, and they like the mechanics of having it obviously easier to craft, and some people don't like that. So anyways, Harvest is getting nerfed. Warhammer Odyssey is back in my weekly news roundup with its first update since its global soft launch, focusing on balancing and drop rates. Check this out. The fixes to Warhammer Odyssey in patch 1.0.4 cross several different categories, from questing and character balance to performance fixes. There were a few notable changes that will affect all players, such as drop rates for remarkable gear has been increased, greatly increased the ability to zoom in on the map, thank you. More mobs required for certain quests have been added to reduce camping, increase the amount of damage from elemental damage over time effects, the amount of gilder obtained for the first sovereign purchase, new unlock FPS toggle in the audio and video settings, allowing up to 60 frames per second gameplay. And the quest guidance arrow will no longer switch to the side quest when completing objective in the main quest. Thank you, because it is ultra annoying. Now, I do have a regiment in this game, Legion of Sigmar. Right now I have a Witch Hunter level 16. I am very undecided on this title, kind of split down the middle. It is a classic MMORPG, and for the most part it is kind of boring, but as long as they continue to improve this, I like playing with my community, so I hope the game continues to get better. The feeling nobody will be surprised about this next story. Cryptic Studios will adopt permanent work-from-home policy. Now, if you don't know the developer Cryptic Studios, they are currently working on the ARPG Magic Legends, which, by the way, Magic Legends Open Beta is coming March 23rd. Very soon. Listen to this. As we move forward, Cryptic has decided that we'll be adopting a permanent work-from-home policy. We will maintain our office, and we will eventually open our doors once again. Some will return, but many have chosen to continue to work from home partly or fully forever. Cryptic isn't the first major developer to announce this kind of change. Microsoft and Square Enix announced similar policies late last year. Now, obviously, to each their own. I don't want to work at home around my kids all the time. That I need an escape, and sometimes that's work. But I understand. Like, some people want to work at home forever, work in your PJs all day. Cool. Not for me. I've been asked a couple times now, Aaron, do you plan on playing the new Aliens co-op shooter Fireteam? And normally it's like, no, it's not an action RPG. It's not the type of game that I normally play, but my son has officially talked me into it. So now, of course, I have to cover it when something comes up. It is time to meet the 6 new xenomorphs coming to Aliens Fireteam. Are you ready? I mean, they actually look okay. Number 1. Look at this, like poison is about to burst out of this one. It's pretty scary looking. Number 2. This kind of looks like a traditional, I think that's the traditional one. Alien. Xenomorph. Okay. Number 3. Looks good. This one's kind of got the head shape of the queen a little bit. I don't know about that. Okay. Number 4. Oh, that's a scary looking, like the blood one. Scary looking alien. Okay. What is that? Was that 4 or 5? What are we on? That's 5. This is 5. Kind of traditional looking again. Big old long head. More hunched down. And last but not least, number 6. Might be my least favorite. They got pretty long arms. I don't know why. I see this, it kind of actually reminds me of Predator a little bit. I know that sounds weird. I don't know why. Those are the 6 new xenomorphs dropped this week for the game Aliens Fireteam. I'm gonna have to tear up these guys or gals with my son. Should be a whole lot of fun. If you don't know, this game was just released or announced a couple weeks ago, and the developer is Cold Iron Studios. It should be a whole lot of fun. I get a big old Left 4 Dead vibe anytime I see it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think it is going to be fun. Wolcen Lords of Mayhem had a huge announcement this week about up-and-coming changes coming to the game. These are changes that the community, the content creators, that the player base have been asking for literally since the game came out. And I already made a full video breaking down all of that information, and of course I will link it at the end of this video. But here are the Cliff Notes versions. Incoming improvements to Champions of Stormfall, pets, loot filter, summons, and crafting. And then a lot of people are excited that you'll be able to like roll now through enemies. Normally you get caught and you can't get around them, so you have to fight, but now you can roll through them, which would make a whole lot of sense. If they can drop these improvements out soon and bug-free, it is going to be a game changer for Wolcen. That does not mean it's going to be fixed, but it is a huge leap in the right direction. Last and certainly not least, we're going to be talking about a game that I have been wanting to play for years. That kind of has some mixed reviews, but the isometric open world MMO Lost Ark, which is supposed to be coming to the West hopefully this year, dropped by Amazon Game Studios, has revealed its new character, the Striker, a melee fighter with all the moves. Now what I'm going to do is play for you this, I think it's maybe a minute 40-second trailer on the Striker. And this is one of the most beautiful games you will ever see, especially from an isometric perspective. But before I do that, if you have not joined the official Action RPG Discord, please do so. We're approaching 700 members, great conversations every day. The idea is to create a gaming community that could jump from game to game together, so you never start the server alone. Link for that Discord is in the description. I'm going to allow this 40-second video to take out this video. I hope you all enjoyed this weekly news roundup. Have an amazing weekend, and I will see you all tomorrow.